All right, I guess we're clocked in. Let's get this a little bit closer here. Hey, what's going on, party people? Now, if this is your first time here, welcome. Hold on just a second here. Let me move the microphone a little bit closer to us. It should be good, but just want to make sure you guys are capturing everything. Now, allow me to forgive myself. You know what I'm saying? I was so rude. Well, welcome. If this is your first time here, it's definitely a pleasure to have you here. I go by the name of L'Esprit. I am a spiritual healer. And essentially, as a spiritual healer, what I do is that I help people to become mentally and emotionally balanced. Pretty much that's what we mean by alignment. I help you to become in alignment. The whole idea of mind, body, and soul, it's when, the intellect, your emotions, and your spirit all comes together. There's no disharmony. You're not being triggered, your mind is with you, your emotions are good, you're good. So that's what makes me a spiritual healer, because I help you to heal yourself. But for you to do that, that's why it's important for you to understand, well, the process is for you to, being mentally and emotionally balanced. But most importantly, like when we're talking about being emotionally balanced, what are we talking about? I got you. Essentially, what I'm really talking about, it's definitely not, let's just say, like, how some people, not raising your voice, you're not talking too loud and shit. Or you wouldn't even say certain words. That has absolutely nothing to do with being emotionally balanced. What we're talking about here is that you understand how your emotions are being created. And in addition to that, then you understand your emotional pattern. And then at that point, that's how you master it. If there's any discrepancy or anything that needs to be removed out of that pattern, so you become the alchemist, now you are able to, that's what mastering your emotion is. You make your emotion yours. And if there's certain type of emotion that's not working out for you, you know how to transmute that thing to you make it work for you. You know what I'm saying? So that's ultimately, and to master anything, just so you guys know, because I know the word master sometimes, it may scare to certain people. Well, to master anything simply means you make it yours. You make it part of your daily, like you right now, you mastered the art of brushing your teeth. I mean, I mean, I don't think I have any babies that's watching me. Although you may be old in age, you know what I'm saying, but not spiritually. But anyway, that was an inside joke. Um, yeah, that's simply what it is. Because the word master could be frightening to certain people, like because it comes with, you always see the old person, or yes, yes, but eventually what that person was able to do is make the art theirs. They have mastered it. They had it has become part of who they are. So, in addition to that, I also help you to become mentally balanced. So now when we're talking about you being mentally balanced, that's why I always talk about mind control. It's also very important for you to understand how your mind, how have you been trained to think? But for you to see that, you have to go outside of that. Because a lot of people, if you just gonna go by how you've been trained to think, because that's truly what mind control is in terms of a bad connotation. Because you cannot have self mastery if your mind is being controlled by other people. It doesn't make sense. It's not. It's not. It's not. It's not. It doesn't go together. Ooh, excuse me. So I'm saying all of that to say that's why by me helping you to become mentally balanced, that's why I talk about culture. It's pretty much everything that you face in this life, everything that you embody. And without me going too far ahead of myself here, and that's what spirituality is, truly. But anyway, keep that in mind. That's why understanding your culture plays a big part. Everything you experience is part of you. And in the occult, it now teaches you, how to see these invisible side of that non-visible side, and that's why they call it hidden. You know what I'm saying? And when we talk about spirituality or this type of knowledge, I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself here, but it's relevant because we're talking about, you embodying and understanding what you are experiencing, but for you to be the driver to attain that higher state of consciousness. And, to be conscious means to know more or to know, right? So the more conscious you are, that's why you have to understand the science of ignorance to attain that Christ consciousness or to wake up. I mean, you can't halfway wake up. That's why you got to know who you are. Knowing who you are will set you free. Well, who you are, that's what you're delving into. That's the mystery. That's the hidden side of you. That is the you that is not how you appear to be. But anyway, what I'm saying, free game. Essentially, as a spiritual healer, that's what I do. If this is your first time, and just so you guys know, I also have another channel. It's called "To Give Is to Receive," and on that particular channel, I mean, everything is spirituality. So spirituality is always going to be, even politics. Politics, everything you do is spirituality. Um, but now we're talking about level of consciousness, level of understanding, or the different levels of realities. In other words, it's how you're looking at it. But anyway, on that channel, I expand on a lot of quotes. And technically, it's pretty much showing the power of the words or the power of speech, right? Because I have chosen to talk about those quotes just so people understand how powerful these things are. Just like when we talk about poetry, it's not necessarily what is being said, but it's how it's being said. And the how it's being said now, that's what transcend your logic. That's what gets your attention. Oh, did you hear that? Or, it got you to think about it. It allows you to reflect. So that plays also a big part in your consciousness. I think it'd be important for me to link that since we were talking about being mentally balanced as well. Because the good thing about those quotes is that there could be one or two sentences, but and how they're being said, and they are fully packed with fucking wisdom. So it's like if you could crack it open, and pretty much if them to get you to pay attention or to reflect on it, or bypassing your reasoning or your logic mind, it helps you to get on a higher state of consciousness. So on that channel, so that's why I chose to talk about the quotes, and I kind of go in a lot, because a lot of these quotes talk about a whole bunch of shit. It goes deep. Again, I mean, those sentences, there's so many different layers to them, and that's what makes them. And those are, heavy loaded because they pretty much embody life experiences. Do you see what I'm saying? And oh my God, it's beautiful. Like I'm a sucker for that shit. Especially when it comes to word, but it's like it's not just the word itself, not the objective or not the meaning or literal or the objective meaning of the word that makes it what it is, but it's how it's being said. So to me, that's why the word always attack me to a certain way. It acts on me. It touches me. It touches me. And I fucking love that shit. And and that's you see, I'm showing you the power of word and my interaction with it as well. That energy, that connection. And man, listen, you know when you hear certain things, when you know what's understood doesn't have to be explained, there you go. That's it right there. That part. Say, if you know, you know. You see what I'm saying? And a lot of those quotes too, they reveal our true identity, or at least they try. That's the goal. They help you to reflect. That's why you got to go within. To give is to receive, man. As it is within, so it is within. But anyway, I figured I'll plug that in real quick. But check it out. I'll have the link, you know, in the description field or comment, whatever the fuck. But anyway, so now my niggas, if you're coming back, oh, just so you guys know, um, as a disclaimer, I understand being a spiritual healer, it could be offensive to a lot. It's just a cultural thing for me. I want you to understand that. Being born in Haiti, you know what I'm saying? Like the word nigger, it's just it's regular. We have the president. Like you see how you had Obama over here? Obama couldn't say the word nigger, because the culture is different. But for me, being in Haiti for like 15, 16 years, what I'm saying, that was thrown around like director, you go to the bank, and of course, it was what it was. You know what I'm saying? So, and as, I came to the States and learning how to speak English and everything, I think I was not able to successfully, and I'm taking accountability for it, right? Because you tend to, speak how you speak in terms of that's what I know. You know what I'm saying? So I translate the things that I know, to just so you guys get it. So as a disclaimer, just know it's a cultural thing. On this side, we're not offending anybody. You white nigga, you good. You Spanish, hey, ¿cómo está, señor? You know what I'm saying? Siéntate. Motherfucker. Malolo. Che, mucho sabor aquí. You feel me? Mm-hmm. But if you my people, my Asian, well, everybody's my people, just so you guys know. But you know what I'm saying? If you know what I know, nigga, you good. And everybody, hey, just so you know, man. My main thing here to give is to receive. You know, each one teach one. It's love, man. That's it. That's how I choose to live my life. That's my piece. That's how I found myself. That's where I I am actually at my best. You feel me? That's my best. Shit. I guess I'm testifying this tonight. Okay. So just know it's educational, it's fun, it's loving, listen, man, it's beauty. Okay, so it's royal, it's classy over here. In the mix of all those niggas and all that shit, it's top notch. It's top shelf. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. The information will speak for itself. And listen, man, quality, baby. That's what we do here. So when you're coming back, you already know what we do. Hey, this is just another way for me to say I love you, motherfuckers. Keep coming back. I have my haters too. It's all for you. Do you see what I'm saying? I'm doing God's work. You know what I'm saying? Can I be touched? You know what I'm saying? But that's a whole different story. But anyway, welcome back, niggas. So as you guys already know, we break bread over here. You see what I'm saying? We're having the Last Supper here. So, with no further ado, let's get into what we're going to be talking about tonight. Since you see the title, oh, and before I do so, because that's what we do over here, right? So, as a spiritual healer, spirituality is the tool that I use. So, I always like to give you a little bit of background or understanding, or at least of what I think spirituality is. From my perspective, obviously. You know what I'm saying? And hopefully, we could share our perspectives and, we could expand and, go on to and leave on and stay strong. You know what I'm saying? And doing all that. So, it's only Tuesday and I'm walking. So, let's talk about the misconceptions of spirituality, right? For most people, I mean, and that is also based on how you've been trained to think, meaning you look at spirituality as something that's outside of him. Because the way we were brought up, even when we go to church, even as a kid, when you go to church, you know that it's church, that's that church thing, that's that church on that side, and then the reality that you're living in church, it's not always the same. Let's keep it 100. You know what I'm saying? So therefore, you would probably look at spirituality as being that church thing. So most people would say it's religion. I mean, essentially, that's what they're saying, or that's because that's what they see, that's what they know out of ignorance. And of course, you see it as not part of you. However, when it comes to spirituality, it's all of us. It's all of us. The word spirituality simply is referring to, it's the story of the spirit. It is our story. And then as you get to know us, meaning you get to know yourself more, then you get to realize certain things about you. Now, as part of spirituality, there's something called the occult, or those sacred texts. Has nothing to do with anyway. So what that does, and I'll give you guys a perfect example. If you know anything about metaphysics or maybe the occult, which is also part of metaphysics as well, and I'll tell you why. Because essentially they're doing it's a little bit different. Okay, metaphysics is pretty much telling you the same laws that applies in nature also applies in our lives. So the meta beyond physics is just retelling you the same shit that happened. Like, just so you know, if I plant mango, I'm not gonna get papaya. Well, guess what, motherfucker? If you steal, you kill, you're not gonna get a free pass. Fuck. To go where? Essentially, what I'm truly saying here, we all say it all the time. You reap what you sow. Well, if you don't work on yourself, how can you get better? So in so many ways, it's also a lot. The metaphysics is pretty much helping you to be a little more conscious of who you are. So by you looking at nature, it's telling you the same thing that applies in nature applies in you. That's why our ancestors understand that nature is wisdom and nature is us because we are being ruled by those same principles, gravity and all that shit. You share the same exact thing. That's why you are them, and they are you. And if you understand, depending on your level of consciousness, like for instance, I could talk to plant. It's not a verbal conversation, but energetically, I, the message is being exchanged. Now, if you want to call that a sixth sense, you know, uh, it's on you. But I would understand. But pretty much, this is also revealing that the complexity of us. So the more you get to know who you are, that's why that we say men is both physical and none and invisible. Then if you want to take it a step further, to be honest, everything physical is clinging to the invisible because it's what's invisible that truly rule what you're seeing. It's the men behind the scene. We are all these men. We are all the men behind the scene, behind our body. That's why getting to know yourself is the name of the game. To attain that Christ consciousness, and I'm going to be talking about all of that tonight because this is a good foundation, to get to the topic. But to attain that Christ consciousness, that Buddha state, or to wake up, who else? Muhammad, whoever the fuck, you know what I'm saying? It's ultimately, bypassing to delve more into who you are. And that's what the occult does. Now we talked about okay, metaphysics that pretty much does what it does there, allows you, but ultimately it's helping you to get a higher state of consciousness. And and the occult does the same thing. So that's what I meant. But their methods are a little bit different, right? So now if you delving into the occult, now they will tell you, you know what? You have a conscious mind and then you have a subconscious mind. Oh shit. Better yet, the law of manifestation. You can manifest. Well, let's take a second here. If I could do all of that, and there's more to me than what I appear to be, who the fuck am I? And the Kabbalion now tells you you are a living mind, some sort of energetic field. Now you got to raise your consciousness. I mean, that's why everything you do is all about knowledge. It's all about knowing. Your life is based on what you know or your thoughts, not ideas, but your regular thinking. And the higher your consciousness, the higher your logics, and that's how you transcend. You living in different realities. Like right now, if my son were next to me, this nigga's all into Spider Man. We're sharing the same space, same location. His reality is different from mine. And that has to do with what? Me getting deeper, having more consciousness, and seeing life on a whole different level that he's not that he doesn't have. And then you call them a kid. They don't know any better. Do you see how this is being translated? So that's why when we talk about spirituality, this is you scratching your ass. It's you taking a shit. It's you fucking. It's you being a whore or a hoe, whatever the fuck. And it's you being good. It's me knowing who I am. It's me doing all of that. That's why the Buddhist, they say namaste, meaning, or in Christianity, it's just said differently. Forgive them, they don't know what they're doing. It's that same approach. Like even though from the God within me, I acknowledge the God in you, regardless of how stupid you are. Oh, now this is we're delving a little bit deeper here. I guess we're making space for for what we're going to be talking about tonight, and this is all necessary because now when we start thinking about the topic of tonight, which is going to be, or which is about, the personification of, let's just say, the gods. then you understand, wow, it's a lot deeper than you think. Now you got to ask yourself, why is every God that we talk about, we have to humanize it? What's the purpose of us humanizing all of our gods? Christian does it. The Indian does it. They have their whatever the fuck with seven heads, whatever the fuck. The Buddhists do it too. They have their Jesus story, which is the Buddha story. Gautama, whatever the fuck that nigga name was. Then you have the Zeus story too. You know what I'm saying? They have his son. He was born, whatever the fuck, without a dad, like Jesus. Do you see what I'm saying? Then you also have I can't recall the name of that prophet, but he was also like that's the Cerebian, Cerebian God, whatever the fuck. They have their Jesus too. This nigga was born just like Jesus, Mary with a woman, and then God. You know, why do we do that? First of all, we have to go back to our fucking ancestors because it's not something that we're doing now. It was already done. But I guess the bigger question is, since our ancestors, and I also want to talk about mind control too, because they know, and that's the power of mythology. Mythology is a narrative that controls your mind. That's why, depending on which mythology a culture has, the mythology is going to shape that culture life or culture. Like, let's take over here, or in the Eastern world, Western, whatever the fuck. Our tale of creation creates our society. You already know what's the opinion of a female. That's exactly what Eve was. Adam, us men, gotta work hard, doing all that shit. Bam. And then when God found out, we found out we were naked. Guess what? We were ashamed of our sex. Look at your society here. Who talks about sex? Or, because I remember even for me, you know what I'm saying? I got, anyway, you wouldn't even tell your kid, you know what I'm saying, this is their dick because you're ashamed of your sexual organ. Now you'll say this is the nose, that's the ear, that's the whatever the fuck, your teeth. Then when it comes to here, you got a different name for it. Adam and Eve did the same thing. They were ashamed of their sexes. I'm trying to show you how deep this shit go. And that's what Joseph Campbell pretty much, that's why he, but to even bring that topic up, this nigga was, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Because I remember even when I was learning mythology from him, the spirit, when the spirit now, what I'm saying, they had to re-educate me. But he would have a lot of the foundation. He wouldn't talk about it the way I'm talking about it. He would just tell you mythology in a sense. It's a story of the gods, or it could put it into, let's just say, certain gods can also be personified as, some nature archetypes. Or do you see what I'm saying? Like, without going any further. Oh, yeah. So I mean, which is okay, but he didn't really tell you how that and has an impact on you right now with the story that is being said. That's what this motherfucker didn't tell you. He tells you about slaying your dragon. It's all good. That is yourself. They're showing you the spirituality of it. Good. But how about the mind control behind it? And that's why us, we had humanized all of our God. It was done on purpose. Shango, all of these things, you could look at them as archetypes, which is good. Forces of nature, forces whatever the fuck. Some people also embody that. But now, when you're talking about, let's just say, a Christ consciousness or a Buddha, it goes beyond those forces, though. It's not an archetype, it's more than that. When you become the Christ, you technically had humanized the spirit. You become a fully complete consciousness and flesh. That's what Jesus represented. That's what the fuck this other nigga, Buddha, also represented. Zeus, all of these motherfuckers. Oh man, these niggas went deep. Come on. When the spirit started, I was getting it, I was getting in that space. Oh man, it speaks for itself. Hey, listen, man, I hope you get it. This is showing you that when you have, in fact, that's why people would tell you even the Jesus story was copied. It is a remake. I mean, it's pretty much a remake or a remix, whatever the fuck. But a lot of us, due to ignorance, we fail to understand. We're looking at it from a fucking historical perspective now, and not understanding that the reason why it gotta be because every religion does it. Then you gotta say the origin, like the first one, our ancestors. What the fuck were they thinking about? I tell you guys this all the time. To say Jesus means nothing if it's not part of your life. Anything or everything that is meaningful to you, that's anything that is part of your life. That's and another way of also looking at it too. You have to humanize all these gods because you bring life into them. That's the meaning behind this fucking whatever the fuck. These things, the skull and all that shits. That's why every master always have a lot of them because we understand we're creating a reality behind us. That's how you take that spirit is no longer dormant. You made it, you brought it into life. Jesus wouldn't mean nothing if you don't have a fucking historical person to talk about. Meaning you can relate to it, motherfuckers. Come on, man. It wouldn't mean nothing. So I'm trying to get you to get because that's why the truth you gotta discover it for yourself. I stumble upon that shit. You gotta discover the truth for yourself. And that's when I realized too. That's why when they tell you Jesus already died for you, yeah, our ancestors already done it for us. Now you gotta wake up to it. You gotta accept it. That acceptation is you understanding it. Another way of saying that this is you accepting the Christ as your personal savior. But anyway, to get back to the conversation at hand in terms of the importance and why every religion has to humanize it, because you take it out of the, you remember, the spirit, the invisible, is clinging to the physical. That's why nature, there's intelligence behind nature, just like there's intelligence behind us. And I also hope that you'll get to see that's the front part of it, which is nature. Well, you could look at it as the matrix, but what's behind it, which is also what's behind us, which is our true nature. It had to be materialized. That's the experience. Stay with me, please. Do yourself that favor. Stay with me for a second. Stay with me, because we're going a distance here, baby. Fucking stay with me, nigga. So now, that's why the historical Jesus wouldn't mean anything, and the idea behind it too. It's not for you to understand it logically. Why do you think Jesus didn't have a dad, man? It's not logical. I don't know. I mean, I don't think it is. You know what I'm saying? You know a nigga that was born with no fucking? That's not logical to me. But if you want to take it logical, or you want to, I mean, that's historical to me. And it's being said on purpose that way. You know what I'm saying? And when I see, when you fall for that shit that is being said on purpose, we dumb it down for you just so you got to wake up, just so you understand you cannot take this literal, but it's being put in the form of literal so you could get it. And guess what, motherfuckers? It's not one Jesus. Zeus was like that. Who else? Nah, Buddha was, he had a mom and dad. His story was different, but still the same shit. I mean, the Buddha shit can also be seen as the coming to America too, but that's a whole different conversation. Um, Cerebian, I was talking about the Cerebian. They also have a Jesus too. I can't recall. I mean, as part of their mysticism. So Jesus is not the only motherfucker that was born without a dad. I just trying to letting you guys know. It's being said in different other, religions. They that have similar Jesus story that he didn't have a dad. That's why in Haiti we say to nigga like, yo, if you don't know who your dad is, your name must be Jesus, nigga. You know what I'm saying? What's that nigga named Jesus? So everybody knows who the fuck. We know what happened to you. Jesus. We know. We all know, motherfucker. So I'm trying to get you to see, or trying to get you to understand. Please bear with me. Me. Bear with me. This is some heavy shit. I'm trying to dumb this shit down too. Relax, niggas. Relax, all right? Relax. So, the point of we dumbing the shit down that way is for you to be like, oh, no, you cannot take it literal. And whenever you take that story literal, well, I mean, let's just say, like, those of you, if you have a little bit of wisdom, you understand the parables, and come on now, you understand, so the it's symbolic. Jesus is you, Jesus is me. Now the only difference is you have to attain that state of that Christ consciousness. So that's why when we become that, what we do, our ascension is also, that's why Jesus, before Jesus had to go up, he had to go down, right? Because your ascension is also you going down too. It's you materializing shit. And by you materialize the divinity in you, that's how you bypass this reality. When you materialize God into your life, nigga, or Jesus, or you become a complete piece. Because the Christ is a complete puzzle. Like it's your graduation. That's the highest state of enlightenment, or to wake up, that Buddha, however you want to put it. That's why everybody's conscious, but not everybody has attained that Christ consciousness, and that's where you need to go. That's what I'm trying to help you to go. I'm giving you the map, baby, as it was given to me. I'm doing my best, nigga. You know what I'm saying? So it's each one teach one. You good over here, baby. You family, you hear me? Now my stay, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Even if you hate me or not. Shit, you can't touch this, nigga. You know what I'm saying? That's the beauty of me. You know what I'm saying? It's to be me. And there's only one me. Not you, bitch. Oh, return that shit, motherfucker. Ooh. Mm. Oh man, I'll be wilding sometimes. But now I'm trying to get you to see it on a bigger scale, guys. Because no matter what the religion is, no matter what that ethnicity is, or the culture is, it's somehow whatever their god, whoever the fuck their gods are, has to take that human form. And then on top of it too, shit, we could make that nigga either a bitch or a nigga. God could be a male or female to you. So I'm showing you how you're defining everything here, consciously or unconsciously. Like I always tell people, that's why you are the creator. Even and I'm gonna be honest too, and I strongly feel that way. I strongly feel there's something outside of you. I kid you not. It's a greater force. It's greater. But you know what? I also realized that I had to agree to that. Because if I don't agree with it, that shit wouldn't mean shit to me. That's why I'll give you a perfect example. If you're a Christian, meaning you have agreed that Jesus is the God for you, and might even be the best one or the only one if you truly want to be saved. I got you. Listen, okay. You see, like I'm on sideline, I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Really? And this whole world here, how I'm looking at it. Okay. You know what I'm saying? That's just the Haitian in me, right? And then let's just say a motherfucker now who's into Muhammad. You know, Jesus don't mean a shit to them, which is okay. But the way you feel, the way that motherfucker feel, shit. You couldn't tell him nothing, and you couldn't tell him shit. He couldn't tell you nothing, you couldn't tell him shit. You know what I'm saying? Can we all get along? I'm just right in the middle. You know what I'm saying? Shit, I'm just saying. So ultimately, I'm saying all of that to say, I mean, shit. You know what I'm saying? It's what you know. It's your world. That's why it's great for us as true creators and the one who really knows who we are. We expand our world. You understand that you are all of that. I am Jesus. I am Mohammed. I am Buddha. I am Zeus. Tahuti. Name it, I'm all that. Good or bad. Who cares? I'm strong enough. I can handle it. You see what I'm saying? So again, I'm trying to get you to see it on a bigger scale. So the personification of these things is necessary. Here's something else too. You see it in your fucking movies. Niggas have the cross. They killing vampires with the cross, right? So here's something we created that represented the death of Jesus. We brought that to life, and now he had a life on his own. That's the beauty of those fucking things. I was telling you, motherfuckers, get you your skulls, whoever the fuck you fuck with. Nigga, I'm trying to give it to you the best way I can. You know what I'm saying? You bring that shit to life. So by us putting Jesus in the body, you bring Jesus to life. That's why he loves you so much. He had to come for you. And y'all motherfuckers been very dramatic at it. I'm like, you dramatic ass motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? The God loves the world so much that he sacrificed his only son just for you. He could have done anything else, but he loves you so much. He killed his own son for you. That's some shit. I don't know how you want to take that one, you know what I'm saying? But hey, it's being said that way on purpose, man. Like, hey, I mean, shit, that's on you. Nigga, that's really on you. Shit, I'm not with you on that one, nigga. Like, hey, to each his own, nigga. I'm just trying to show you the shit. You know? Theatrics, man. That shit's crazy. But anyway, that could be one way of looking at it too, because I purposefully I don't want to get too much into that part. But the other way of looking at it too, I mean, that's why you it's being said that way so you don't take it little, because there's no way I as a person. Okay, now I get it too. God is God. That's fine. That's fine. That's okay. You got me. That's why you don't have God as Jesus. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe you give God that long beard, right? Sitting on the fucking throne somewhere. Guys, it's all us doing this to us, man. I don't know how you want to take it, baby. I don't know. That's on you. But I want you to understand our ancestors when they did that, because there's a direct connection. As you get to know yourself more, then you know you are spirit. So those tools are meant for us to master ourselves in this form as a spirit. That's why your spirituality has to be materialized, baby. You got to become that God walking on earth. That that knowledge is for it's got to be lived. And that's what becoming the Christ consciousness is all about. And the whole idea of even having Jesus with long hair, even back then, they were showing you a man that is in tune with his femininity. Shit, nigga, like in the 1960s, man, nigga, you know a lot of come on, man. Even the way guys used to sing back in the days. That's why you have all your Teddy Pendergrass. You have all the niggas with the deep voices, man. You know what I'm saying? Because there was nowhere a nigga would be singing like Michael Jackson and shit. Because we were not in touch with our femininity. So to have a man with long hair, you know what I'm saying? Like I always talk about this shit, right? Because when I was 16 years old and when my dad was 16 years old, and we were in two different worlds, man. You know what I'm saying? Like when I turned 16, that's when I got my ear my ears pierced, right? Both of them. That's some feminine shit. I was on my good looking shit. Well, that's some bitch shit. Well, not bitch in a bad sense. I'm just saying it's a female thing. That's what I'm trying to say. Oh, it's a queen for my queens. For my queens, you know what I'm saying? Again, it's a cultural thing, okay? It's cultural. I just wanted to let you guys know about this. I don't know if I said it before, but I think it's important as, I might be using those words that it's just a cultural thing for me. I was born in Haiti. We say bitches and niggas. And as I learned how to speak English, the Haitian and me, I couldn't really, I mean, it was me. So we won't mean to hurt nobody. We ain't sick and we don't want that kind of smoke. You know what I'm saying? We all the smoke. I'm smoking right the shit. Smoking right now. Anyway, to get back to the conversation at hand, see, I'm trying to get you to see things a little bit outside of what how it's being said, right? Because to understand anything, you have to go outside of it and look at it from different angles, right? And hopefully, and that's what consciousness is too. And that's how you transcend it. But you'll transcend it by going through it. Do you see what I'm saying? Like I always tell people, to be free of matter is to become matter. Then you understand that it doesn't matter. Because matter isn't really matter. So if matter really doesn't matter, then it doesn't matter. The Kabbalion calls the quantum physics the material science. These niggas, they tell you, hey, look it up for yourself. What you calling the material, you know what I'm saying? It's nothing but condensed energy. That alone, if you understand that, that should fucking blow your fucking mind like off and shit. Like, because it tells you everything here that all of our ancestors already knew. That's why we say this reality is not what it appears to be. Be careful not to say fake. You could say whatever the fuck you want to. You know what I'm saying? But in terms of if you understand what you're saying, because if you're saying fake, you're implying there's a real one. Whereas it doesn't matter. There's no real or fake here. It's not what it looks like. What it appears to be, that's not what it is. And that's how we gotta be. You have to attain. You have to get in touch with your divinity. That's how you got to get to know who you are. So you go through, you go within, you go inside of it, and then that's how you transcend and come out of it. The only way to, I mean, to get, you got to go through it. Fully understand, not rejecting anything about you, but you embrace everything about you. And that's how you transcend it because now matter doesn't matter anymore. It's around you. You don't neglect it or suppress it, but it just not matter anymore because you see it for what it is. And another way of saying that, you know the truth. But anyway, let's get back to the whole mythology because that's, well, not necessarily the mythology. I mean, I guess you could say mythology as well, but I'm trying to get you the bigger picture here. Not just the story that is being said, but the importance of even putting that story together. I mean, the story in itself, that's okay. That's okay. Let's look at it from a bigger perspective here. Because that story is being said in so many different ways. And all of them has a story, meaning, whoever God that you got, wherever on this fucking planet, they have been humanized, meaning either there's a picture of them, there's something of them, and that's done on purpose. Because what you're truly doing is that you're bringing life. That's why you are what you're talking about. You know, that's why you are what you talk about. But you gotta grasp that though. You can't just say it just say it that way. You can't just say that just to say it that way. You have to understand that what I mean by that too, which was everything we've been talking about. That's why you need God and God needs you. You need God and God needs you. Needs you so much, he killed his only son. Just for you. So we are pretty much, I mean, there's nothing outside of us. Although by us bringing it to life, it creates a whole different life for itself. If we're going back to the cross, now when you look at the cross, then what's the difference? Now you have your cross and shit, and then let's just say I have my Ganesha shit here, I have my Lakshmi, I have my shit, my Shango, and all my other motherfuckers. Shit, I know what I'm doing. you think you think I got them for no reason? Think again. And that's why all the spiritual masters too, we know that. That's what we all have. Because we're bringing that spirit to life. Same thing too. Like I always tell, that's the power pretty much of having a budget. People always tell you how powerful. Do you ever think? But nobody tells you, you know what, man? I don't know. But if you do it, you'll see what I'm talking about. Because they bring whatever it fucking was to life. Write down your expenses. I'll show you you'll have a better handle over your fucking expenses. Because now you'll bring everything and anything that you didn't take into consideration. Meaning now you were taught. That's why just to talk about God, you have to humanize it. You got to give it form. You got to bring it to life, and that's what all those fucking different religions does. It does. I mean, whether they know it or not. And our ancestors who done it, oh, they knew it. Now it got lost in translation. That's why I'm here. And our ancestors knew that too. That's why a lot of us keep coming back. Why do you think I'm here? I'm here for you, baby. This is hey, I'm doing my community service, nigga. This public, this is for you. I love you so much. I'm here to help you, even when you don't like me. You know, man. It's like you don't like me, whatever. 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 You lying. I am so motherfucking in denial. Like, you don't like me? Fuck you. I like you still. You know what I'm saying? You got nothing on me, nigga. Shit, come again. You know what I'm saying? Listen, man, when you find it, listen, hope you do. And that's the whole point. I want you to. It's beautiful too, man. But anyway, to get back to the conversation, what the fuck is that? Ah, okay. To get back to the conversation at hand, right? So I'm trying to get you to get to see the bigger picture here, and how deep it goes. The actual mysticism in it. Okay, I guess let me switch it up to a fucking occult language here. To reveal that the mystique, to bring the light out of the darkness. And that's what it is. That's what it means. See, by you writing down your expenses, you're bringing everything to light. Meaning maybe a cup of coffee that you were buying, and then you didn't realize, then damn, that shit was $5 at the end of the month. You're like, oh shit, how do you want it? All I'm saying, all I was trying to say here, nigga, how you want it? Just showing you how important it is. That's why the invisible and the visible goes hand in hand. So the true masters, we understand that. That's why we bring it to life. We take it like it's like electricity. That's how our ancestors was. They were. That's why we call ourselves alchemists, because we were able to deal with these energies, not just to transmute them, but we could bring them to life. And then it takes a whole life in itself. That's why the symbols are very powerful. Carl Jung talk about that shit too. It's it's okay. It's okay. All right. No, all right, nigga. Okay. 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 But all that shit, they got it from us. And that's what our mysticism is pretty much all about. The mystery school, that's what, come on now. That's what the mystery is all about, nigga. Hey, the hoodie never left, nigga. We here, man. We're just body jumping. You know what I'm saying? We're still here. Of course, man. But anyway, seeing the bigger picture of this is very important. Then you'll get to understand not just the mystery of us. Yeah, that is also the mystery of us too. And then you get to delve more into us, trying to, delve into that mystery. Then you realize, just like the Kabbalion says, that living mind, the connection between you and everything around you. That's the transcendence right there. That's oh man, that's the God on earth. You know what I'm saying? And that's also, saying expending you becoming cosmic too. That's how you'll get a lot of your powers too. You becoming very psychic as well. Because a lot of those psychics, what they're doing is they're tapping into energy fields that is all around you. You know what I'm saying? Like for me, as I develop my consciousness, come on, man, this shit's on point. That's why I can see them. You know what I'm saying? They don't get it. They work for me. My minions. You know what I'm saying? Like, follow me. Follow me. You work for me. So, you know who your daddy is. You know who your master is. Do you see what I'm saying? But anyway, that was catered. That was specifically designed, for a specific group. You know what I'm saying? It was not meant for me. It was not made for everybody. But for as far as everybody else, come on, man, to give is to receive. You know what I'm saying? Come get your medicine. I got it here for you. You know what I'm saying? I got medicine for everybody. The harder they come, the harder they fall. The harder they come, the harder they fall. How you want it? It's on you. Never been on me. They thought it was on me. Nah, it's on you, B. How you want it? You know what I'm saying? The harder you go, the harder it is. But this thing is gonna be wild. But anyway, guys, to get back to the conversation here, to be a little more, uh, as a spiritual healer should be. um, wow, it's just it's really delving into a deeper side of us. it's really, seeing things going beyond the veil and making that connection. But most importantly, and understanding too, man, like how if we're going back to the cross, right? How they created the cross, what it represents. Now that representation now holds a lot of power, and that's what you'll see even in those movies, even the vampires when they see the cross. This is showing you now that power has been translated. I mean, not translated. I mean, to say transmuted into that cross, and then now it became that powerful thing. Well, that's the symbol that you're holding on to. But you got to understand what you're doing. That's why this is for the living. Come on, man. Everything around me is alive. You know what I'm saying? Shit, I'm surrounded. I tell niggas I roll deep, man. They still don't get it. We roll deep over here, man. All the superheroes are behind me. You know what I'm saying? I really roll deep, but they don't know because they saw me walking by myself. You know what I'm saying? What they don't know is like my because my crew is I'm down with the invisible. You know what I'm saying? That's why what we do here, we're doing for the divine, man. This is God's work. Oeuvre. We are the oeuvre of God, man. This is the final art, the complete representation of what the true God is. Because we activated those different codes in us. That's what attaining the Christ consciousness is all about. Can't touch this. Come on, man. Yeah. What's wrong with these niggas, man? Hmm? You know what I'm saying? It's gotta be. Listen, that's why I tell people, man, and that's my purpose. For you to reach that higher state of consciousness, well, you gotta materialize it, baby. You gotta become the word. The word's gotta be made flesh. You don't want to talk about Jesus. You want to become Jesus. Because anything you don't become, well, guess what? Okay. If you're gonna be a doctor, you have to become a doctor, dog, to be a doctor. You know what I'm saying? In my part-time thing, you know what I'm saying? I have to become an accountant to be an accountant. You have to get that download, man. Okay, we mastered it. Oh, come on, man. That's come on now. You tell me how I look. Come on, man. I'm saying that's for the birds, man. You know what I'm saying? That's for the birds, man. We got something way bigger over here, baby. You feel me? So I'm saying all of that to say, you know, the deeper you go, the stronger the connection with the cosmos or with God, with the spirit, and it's a fucking ecstasy to me. It's thrilled. It's satisfying. It's rejuvenating. It's damn, man. I feel like I found the fountain of youth, man. You know what I'm saying? And it has nothing to do with age either. You know what I'm saying? Like when you become that source for yourself. Come on, man. Like that's where I get all my juice from. You know what I'm saying? I'm a juicy motherfucker. That's where I got my looks from. You know what I'm saying? You gotta go in. And listen, man, is the potential is oh man. It's on you. You know what I'm saying? It's on you, man. Yo, guys, listen. I hope you get to see that, man. But most importantly, to summarize here, because I tend to, you know what it is. Whenever we get together, because hey, oh guys, check out the other channel, man. Because I've been posting other shit on that channel. You know what I'm saying? So, all right, I'll definitely have the link somewhere. If I don't know, if I don't remember, let me know. But anyway, oh, you know what? I think I'll have it somewhere. Okay, okay, yeah. I got y'all. I got y'all. Yeah, so that was just, we were trying to put that in real quick, you know what I'm saying? To give is to receive. All right, go get yours. But remember to give, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? That's the will of the game. Um, so I mean, the stronger the connection, and really, like when you're looking at, like, if I'm using my son example, right? He's the way the way he's able to grasp his reality with mine, that is a form of me transcending this reality too, which is the same thing that he's looking at that I'm looking at. I have a deeper understanding of it. And that's what we do in life, people. That's why your humanity is your spiritual life. It's your spiritual battlefield. It's your spiritual playground. So appreciate Earth, nigga. Again, it's how you're looking at it. You know what I'm saying? You tearing up. You know what I'm saying? These niggas destroyers. Y'all dragon slayers, motherfuckers. Y'all slaying mass dragons out there. All right. Y'all must be the light. I guess I must be the dark, huh? Oh my god. But anyway, hey, um, yeah. So just to summarize, pretty much, it allows you, as you learning about the truth too. It's learning about your true nature as well. It's like the deeper you get, into yourself, the more cosmic you also become. The more you expand your consciousness, the more you're able to connect more with your environment. You'll have a different reality with it. You know what I'm saying? That's why our ancestors, what I'm saying, they weren't stupid. They were stupid. You thought they were stupid? You know what I'm saying? And these niggas even humanize the sun so you could have a better relationship with it. In other words, they have materialized those forces in your reality. That's how bad these niggas are. I'm like, God damn. The sun is your brother. The moon is your mother, or your sister. You know what I'm saying? That whole connection that we have with it was meant for you to experience it, meaning you put it part of your life. It's not meant for you to look at it logically. How can the sun be your brother? Motherfucker. It's not meant, it was done on purpose. You know what I'm saying? God fucked Mary, and Mary didn't fuck with a knee man. It was done on purpose. For you not to take it literal, bitch. You know what I'm saying? What the fuck? Fuck. Are you reading to be more stupid, or come on, man? You don't get smarter by neglecting reality. The fuck? Or come on, man. But by you understanding your reality, then you have a deeper understanding of it. That's how you go behind it, beyond it. That's your transcendence. That's how you transcend. You feel me? So we go as far as doing that to bring life into your life. We even worship some of these things. We call them. We talk to them. Do you understand that? That's like you talking to your statue, nigga. It's a science. It's deeper than you think because you're bringing all of that to life. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know how some people call them Oshun, Shango. You can create your own fucking deities too. Then you have to nurture it though. You have to develop it. You give it life. Why? Because you are the creator. The idea is for you to have self mastery, not for you to be controlled by these things. Unfortunately, now you'll see, well, you have other brothers who are also doing the work. That is not part of my work, but you have guys like Alim Bay, if I'm not mistaken. There's Billy Carson. What these guys does pretty much, they delve into the whole historical Jesus to show you that there was no Jesus, there was no historical Jesus. You know what I'm saying? These niggas are doing the hard work, if you're asking me. You know what I'm saying? But hey, that's what they do. I mean, I took it for what it was. You know what I'm saying? I knew that was there. But he's also doing that for you too. You know what I'm saying? Because we all working for you guys. You know what I'm saying? So hey, we it's different aspect of the same thing. You know what I'm saying? I don't have it. Now these brothers now, since you are so lost, then they would have to give you dates. They would have to let you know back in whatever, whatever, there wasn't no J. So Jesus couldn't be Jesus, Washua, Joshua, however the fuck these motherfuckers say, whatever the fuck they say. Oh, I learned that shit too. I'm like, oh, okay. Listen, it's still aligned with my shit, so it doesn't bother me. Hey, in fact, it explained the shit that I may not be able to explain. So, in other words, that's how we are all working together too. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you got a problem with what the fuck I'm saying, then I could just go back to you and be like Billy Carson, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Alim Bay, nigga. Who else? There was another brother too, man. Like historically, who was to break down, the real Jesus and why Jesus was not a person. But hey, but if you believe like a bitch can get pregnant without a nigga, I don't know. Your name might be Jesus. You know what I'm saying? So you guys don't stop for no fucking red lights. You guys don't even stop for the stop sign, man. Yo, y'all guys are wilding out here, man. Y'all wilding non-stop, niggas. God damn, I don't know, man. And then now when other niggas couldn't accept Jesus for Jesus, then y'all crying because of that. Like if Jesus was here right now, you would get it. I know you wouldn't get it because you wouldn't accept me. I am him. So that's Jesus' story was a representation of anybody who have completed or has truly dedicated their life to their divinity, how they are being perceived by other people. That's why a guy like me, I have a lot of haters. Why? For no reason. You know what I'm saying? All my family members for no reason. When you hear the story of a black sheep, that's what that Jesus story is representing. The Joseph story, who sold him his own family. I'm the Joseph of my family, nigga. These niggas, they trying to steal my fucking inheritance. Never told me who the fuck I was. Yo, like the it's a perfect crime, but I roll deep though. You know, they couldn't get me though. Real shit. You know, that is a representation of you. Religion in itself was judging Jesus in itself. I was looking at a skit the other day. I mean, I guess it was in YouTube, and I was looking. I'm like, damn, that is so much of what anybody who decided to walk in this path. You gotta pick up your own cross. It's the same story. It's meant for you to embrace, for you to understand, not the historical aspect of it, but how it's manifesting into your life right here, right now. And that's what the Jesus representation is. And it's not just to one person, it's everybody. The highest state of consciousness, you also embrace your masculinity and your femininity. That's the science of Jesus having the long hair. Because as a man, he was also into his femininity. That's how he was able to, you know what I'm saying? Like his message was love. How do you take that little? If you do, hey, do you see what you're missing? You're missing how it's translated into your life. In other words, you don't have a good grasp of this reality. Because if you dissociate Jesus from your life, Jesus is not, you're not living Jesus. It's not an experience to you. You talk about it. That's what they say. Even shit. I'm just using just the Bible right now. Shit. Then they say like not those who call him say Jesus, Jesus. Not all of them will be part of him, but it's the one that actually what observe the fucking commit. What is that saying? You become that. You're living it. How else does it have to be said to you? But again, the story was done on purpose for you to not look at it logically. You know what I'm saying? That was your cue right there. Jesus fucked a bitch. Or not Jesus fucked a bitch. God fucked a bitch. That's crazy, man. You know what I'm saying? And Joseph got to take it like a man. Yo, Joe, some shit, man. Oh, you know what's funny? Oh, shit. Yo, today, right? Today I was watching this shit on YouTube. There's this brother, he got two wives and shit. I'll be watching this brother. He talks about relationship too sometimes. Wesley some shit, right? Very, very he's very in touch with his femininity. You know what I'm saying? A good brother, you know what I'm saying? He's doing the work. Salute my nigga. I'm saying? So this nigga today, I seen a video where he was talking about there was a guy named Joseph. Speaking of Joseph, there was a guy named Joseph that his wife, I don't know if her wife was married. I should have asked. But his wife, yo, true story, yo. Y'all gotta look that shit up for yourself, all right? So Joseph went through his wife phone and realized that his wife was fucking some other dude. You know what I'm saying? Hey, listen, I'm just saying. So he went and asked her, tell me the truth and shit. But that was Joseph's story. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I don't know if I want to call my son Joseph, man, because it may come with that energy. You see what I'm saying? Fuck around, you find out. Fuck around, you go find out. You're gonna carry that energy on you, Joseph. But anyway, But that's also the beauty of being being the alchemist too. You know, that's when you transcend that understanding, then it has nothing to do on you. In fact, I could call my son chosen. You know what I'm saying? Well, that's a whole different story. But you know what I'm saying? But for entertainment purposes, I shit, ain't no Joe, and not even Jay, nigga. Like if it ain't Jesus. But then again, this nigga, I wouldn't be his dad. The nigga would be doomed. He would be fucked. Anyway, oh shit. The story is not meant to be taken literally. And, you know, there's a lot of red flags, you know, because think about it. It's taking human form, and then there's some outlanding shit that's also being said. It's like, whoa. So I'm saying that to say the human form that is being used is done on purpose for you to understand, just like when we talk about Buddha, we talk about the Christ, those are the actual completed, you know, those are the ancestor masters. Those are, you know what I'm saying, your Bobby Hammetts. Those are your Alim Bey. You know what I'm saying, all those teachers. Those are your shit. Brother Panics. Those are all your, fuck, man. David Lyons. You know what I'm saying? Queen Cups. Everybody else is doing this work. Sonia Barrett, by now below the mother. I love you, mama. Showazad Ali, another great mama. You know what I'm saying? We love you doing. Oh man, I almost forgot about my own God. You know what I'm saying? Um, my man, Dr. Lila Africa. I'm saying that we're all doing that work. You know what I'm saying? I gotta say my man because you know what I'm saying when that brother transitioned, man, he came through and pulled me up. He gave me the little thing I needed. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna talk about the story now. I'll talk about it in other shit. But yeah, he gave me that thing I needed. You know, and that helped me to transcend. But anyway, um, it's just beautiful, man. So we're gonna leave it here, guys. I got something else coming up for you guys. But anyway, check out the other channel to give is to receive. You know what I'm saying? Aishin Ali.